What's the pod called?
Huh?
What's the pod called?
You know what it is, bro.
Well, the viewers don't know, so remind them.
Alright. Let me take my phone from here. Alright. Yo, I don't even know. We're looking at the camera. Okay. Yo, if you're just tuning in, this is the EndlessSauce podcast.
EndlessSauce.
We your hosts, Booth Killer and
Riser. And we're gonna watch Everybody Hurts from Kevin Samuels. We're gonna react to it.
Let's do it.
Alright. What does the title say to you anyway?
No? Like, what do you mean?
What does it say to you?
Everybody hurts.
Yeah.
You know, everybody has those moments, man.
Okay.
You know.
You know what Kevin Samuels is known for, right?
What's he known for?
He's known for having female consultations, and females come to him to seek out answers so they can fix themselves to get married in most cases.
Okay.
So yeah.
Let's do it.
Did you spend Valentine's Day by yourself?
Yes, I did. Not because I wanted
You and your daughter?
Bruh.
I think we could turn up the volume
sound?
just a little bit, yeah.
You just said that 1 plus 1 is 2.
Right.
Okay, you didn't want to. How old are you?
I'll be 32 on the
She fine,
28th.
Yeah, get out of the comment section. Get out of the comments. Y'all be 20.
No, it's fine. It's just funny.
You'll be looking at the comment section.
I'm interested, but that's cool. That's fine.
And the comment section is crazy.
I'll be 32.
They'd be
on the 28th
roasting the shit out of all the girls.
Okay.
Crazy.
Were you married to their father? Is it you have
To
child?
their
You have
father?
2 kids by the same man?
Yes.
Okay. Were
We
you
were
married?
I married him when I was like 22. We were married like 10 years, but he was murdered 2 years ago. But we had split up right before he was murdered. So living that lifestyle, so that's why we separated, because I had to do what was best for me and my kids, and I'm like, that's not a safe life, you know?
What street lifestyle?
Right.
Were you in it too? Don't
No.
knock on yourself. All right.
Oh no, I wasn't. The tattoos might throw you off, but I'm really not.
I don't know. I ask questions. I don't make a judgment. But you have you were married for 10 years. About then before he got murdered. Sorry to hear that. Was he always in that life?
Pretty much. I would say pretty much. He did. My story should be a movie, like a Tyler Perry movie. He did 9 years. So he was in prison from age like 17 to 27, and then, but I known him since 9 years old, and then we ended up me not having a very supportive family and very intact family. Like, I was out there young and not knowing what I'm doing. So that's how I ended up getting involved with him and ended up getting married.
But, hold on. You knew he was in the street life.
The thing is, I didn't know. Like when I was dating him, when he was incarcerated.
When you were dating,
I'm leaving.
You hold on. You knew he was in the street life before you got pregnant.
Right. Yeah, that's true. Yes, you're right. Yep.
All right, then that's all I'm concerned.
And I ended up.
Yeah.
Okay. And I ended up.
That part.
Let me, because I don't know if there's a delay with the Bluetooth or not, so you might want to take that off.
All right. Can you hear me?
I can now.
Okay.
Because you're how old?
I'll be 32 in 2 weeks.
32, and your ex is dead, and you have 2 kids.
I have 2 kids. Yes.
And I'm gonna
That's a
tell
tough
you,
situation.
you said you spent this Valentine's Day by
That's a tough
yourself,
situation.
and you didn't want to. And my thing is,
Not facts. I mean, she's still
I
young
say this
though.
on my YouTube show. The world does not owe
She's
you
in a
or me
danger zone.
understanding. They don't
Right.
get
She
it.
lives
The
in the
world doesn't
danger
get it.
zone?
She's in the danger zone.
And
What's the
if
danger
you're
zone?
out here
It's
and
basically
you
what
want
Kevin
to-
Samuels referred to
you wanna have more
as, you
kids?
know, it's gonna be hard for them to get a guy around that age because they have a lot of responsibilities, or it's gonna be harder for them to get pregnant.
But if I find a man that you describe, that
I feel like maybe
wants
at
to
that
take
point,
care of
like,
the home,
she's not really necessarily
wanna
looking
be
for like
basically his support
pregnancy,
system
but
and
just
do
maybe
my
like,
house
yeah,
duties,
like security,
housewife, like, I
someone
wouldn't
like
mind
she can
having another
depend
kid
on.
and those sorts
Oh,
of
regardless, she's still in the danger zone though, because that's the
According to
age.
Kevin- according to
According to
Kevin
him.
Raised to be a
Yeah.
housewife?
I wasn't, but growing up, I pretty much was been on my own since 16. My mom, you know, my mom, she was on and off drugs. She passed away in 2010. Right before she passed away, she was clean the longest. Like it was 5 years. Nobody thought she would ever do drugs again. Was just about to, I think I just had graduated high school, and then when she relapsed, I had to take. Well, I didn't have to, but I did.
What was her drug of choice?
Say that again.
What was her drug of choice?
I don't even know. That's what's crazy. It's a lot of stuff I don't know. I know.
Was she an IV drug user? Was she an IV drug user? Okay, you need to check your speaker to see.
I mean, so far, what we can tell is that, you know, she grew up in a very bad household when she was a kid. And she said that she was living by herself until like when she was 16, right? She was living by herself.
She got forced out the crib.
She got forced out the crib. Okay, because I couldn't hear because the headphones keeps falling out. But yeah, off rip, I can see what type of lifestyle she's already living. You know, she's in the streets a lot. She has to rely on people or get her own type of bread, and that could have led her to the guy. You know, because she's in the street life type shit. So yeah, it kind of makes sense how everything led up. So it's just crazy how her life is looking right now.
She was pipe, I know. I seen her do that one time. That was the last time she relaxed when she did that. And then when I got my first credit card, I had to move me and my little brother.
Okay, so let me slow down. Man.
Sorry.
Check your Instagram and make sure, because it seems like you're having a problem hearing me. There must be a delay or something.
I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, I can. Okay. So, have you ever sat down with a counselor or a therapist?
No, I have not.
You need to.
I agree. And
like tomorrow.
Damn, he said tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's not.
I mean, do you think she deserves a therapist?
Oh yeah, everybody needs a therapist.
To be honest, right?
Yeah.
I was gonna say the same thing.
Yeah, because you go through certain shit that you don't talk to people about, and you just keep it all in.
Yeah.
So like, that's not really like, I mean, that's most people's way to just deal with it. But I'm not gonna lie, like,
speak a little bit.
Basically, like, getting it out there is some form of release. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it would solve any of your problems. Like, just talking to someone is not going to solve all your problems. But for you to release that, you know what I'm saying? Because you bottling all in, it's going to stay with you. You know?
Of course.
So she does need therapy.
I feel, like you said, everybody needs therapy for sure. And I feel like it's not only... it might not solve the issue, but it can lead you to a right path of mental clarity. Yeah, that you have some type of answers that somebody is able to tell you through you explaining your side of the story in your life. So, like, everybody definitely needs therapy.
It's not an insult. It's not an insult, man, because even right here, you have a lot you want to get out. Right. You're 32 years old with 2 kids, and your mother's passed, your ex has passed.
Yeah, she has a lot of baggage. Holy shit,
there's baggage there for sure.
Lots.
And you're gonna have to
figure out her mother. I really don't know who that is, bro.
No, I don't know if he's gonna touch on that.
And to have a life worth living and thriving.
There's no need to.
You can't undo what you've already had done up to this point. Plus, you have a boy and a girl who are relying on you, so you need to be able to sit down with somebody to get all this stuff out of your mind, process it, make peace with it, and move forward. If you ever want to have anything with a man, family, or anything else like that down in the future, because the world doesn't owe you or me understanding. That's all I'm saying. So,
I had a question.
And without doing that, jumping into a relationship without getting your mind right is just a placebo. Sex ain't gonna make it go away. Money ain't gonna make it go away. There ain't enough happiness to fill the holes.
Yeah, and what you're saying,
And you know what's even worse? She's old. I mean, she's not that old. She's in her middle ages, but she's she's 32 and she's dealing with these type of things, and that's so crazy because a lot of
you can be at any age and deal with these.
You see, but it's worse because when we get older, right? There's some things that we don't want to deal with or put up with. You feel me? So when a girl comes to you with all these baggages, this 2 kids, like all these things going to your family, like from your family that messed you up mentally, it really is a toll. And it's like, it's up to you if you really want to deal with that or not. But the fact of the matter is that's still a lot of weight to carry from somebody that has nothing to do with it until you meet the girl.
Yeah, that's something
that's why I feel so bad for her, because she's really going through it at a 32-year-old pace. Yeah.
I mean, I think like that's something that she should be aware of, like that. Okay, like finding a relationship might be hard because of these things, but like at the same time, like there are people out there who would accept that, though. I'm
not saying people are not gonna accept that. I'm saying that she has a lot of things to, it's a lot to deal with.
Yeah,
of course, somebody's gonna definitely accept that. It's just that she has her own shit to deal with. That's something that she needs to
highlighting as well too.
Exactly, that's what she needs to conquer on her own time. You feel me?
Like, okay, like you gotta go see therapy. Like, you gotta make peace with certain things for yourself, so that when you going forward, like, you can move, without having to feel like, like there's a lot just weighing my shit down.
Exactly.
So yeah,
it's just so much better when you have to deal with somebody that has barely any baggage, little to none.
Yeah,
it just makes your life.
That's how life works, bro.
Of course, life is gonna.
Not everyone at least has some form of baggage, even if they don't reveal it to you, like up front. Like, you feel me? Like,
most definitely.
There's been people I've talked to where it's like, yo, wow, like this is a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's just,
and even same with me, like I might not reveal certain shit to you if I'm speaking to you, but there's shit that I've dealt with that, like, you know what I'm saying? If I told you, it'd be like, damn.
But that's something that you have to conquer, right?
I mean, true, but like at the same time, like some people might not necessarily, because I'm like, with me, like I'm not gonna, like, I know it's part of my history, and I feel like when we get to that point in the relationship, then we can deal with that. But like I'm not gonna necessarily, I don't let low-key let it hold me down, you know what I'm saying?
So you telling me that you want to deal with your issues while you're in a relationship? When you're not in a relationship?
No, that's not really what I'm saying, though. I'm saying, like, because the thing is, dealing with your issues, to me, is like a lifelong thing, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not even like, okay, like, all right. Because think about it, you have day-to-day issues. Yeah. You have monthly issues.
Of course.
You have yearly issues.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? That shouldn't necessarily stop you from going a date, unless that, like, a hindrance. If it's going to be, like, a hindrance to the relationship, then I think, like, you know what I'm saying? Then I think you really need to figure it out. But either way, like, you should figure it out. But I'm just saying, like, for me personally, I don't necessarily and I know a lot of people can relate to this, they don't necessarily let their problems try to, like, when it comes to in a relationship setting, they won't even tell the other person about it for like.
Let me give you an example, right? Some people, because there are some times there's a lot of people that think, for example, being toxic, some people think it's not an issue. It's a cool trait. But in reality, that's a terrible, immature issue to have.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You might think it's not a problem. Or you might think, I'm gonna wait for it. I'm gonna let some girl handle my toxicity because it sounds cool, right?
Yeah.
But in all actuality, you should deal with that on your own because that's your issue. And if you're gonna go into a relationship with that issue, you're gonna fuck somebody up, whoever it is.
But that's also also the thing about being toxic. They're not taking it seriously. They don't even view it as an issue.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So then they don't care to work on it. Because to them it's like a trend. It's cool. You know what I'm saying? Unless you meet that person that will make you rethink why you're doing that.
But they can also think of it as like, it is an issue, but I don't care. It's cool.
There's a level of self-awareness to it that, like, you have to realize. If you're that self-aware to realize, like, this toxicity is hurting me, then, like, that's valid. But if you don't realize that you're being toxic and it's like you don't think it's hurting you, it is,
but
low-key.
But would you, if you have a baggage that you can conquer on your own, would you want to bring it to a relationship?
No.
Would you want to deal with somebody with any type of baggage? Make your life easier?
I'm not like, the thing is, everyone has their own thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't just tell you, oh, go deal with your baggage before you come to the relationship.
Most definitely.
Because some people might see, like, there might be a person in your life that's even bigger than your baggage.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That you
Yeah.
care about them so much that, like, you're not gonna let your certain issues fuck that up.
Situations does come up when you do care about somebody and you do want to settle down or mess with them in any type of way. But you know, it's always better in any type of situation to handle your own problems.
No, for sure.
The quickest way possible.
For sure.
So you can have a healthy relationship with anybody.
No, definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
The,
But, like,
the less, the better. In any way.
I hear that. But at the same time, though, like, no one ever always has their shit figured out. And you can't hold that like against them to like figure their shit out before they even fuck with you.
It's never being held. It's not a standard. It's like evolution. You know what I'm saying? You move on. You're supposed to move on these past mental traumas or like, for example, for her, right? She's having many mental issues. I mean, not mental issues, just having a lot of baggage.
Things from her past.
From her past, her kid, her, like, why we don't know the relationship between her mom, like a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying?
I feel that, but
and it's better to like he said, go seek a therapist so you can have less of a mental baggage, so you can have a higher chance of finding a guy because normally the majority, especially the 1%, they will like a person with less baggage or less issues.
I hear that. What about people in relationships right now? You think they moved past all their traumas?
Who knows?
There's some people in relationships.
I don't expect them to get rid of every single trauma because that's crazy.
Yeah,
I understand, but you should definitely work towards conquering the majority as much as you can. You know what I'm saying? It's a better situation.
Kind of personal, you know?
It is kind of personal, but it's better to do it by yourself because you wouldn't really affect somebody else because it's your trauma at the end of the day, and we are humans, and humans are selfless creatures.
I hear that.
I still agree with you saying I need a therapist. But after because my grandma, she's the one who really raised me, and she instilled, and my mom too. I don't know if it's okay to be spiritual here. Like I'm believing God, Jesus Christ. I got close. I had built a relationship with him, and like, even though I went through all that, like, I'm not using that as like a pity, anything,
with
have
Christ?
a pity party, like.
You built a relationship with Christ? Okay.
Yeah. So I actually, I had a lot of losses, even more than that, but it took when my cousin, she was only 29, she was a beautiful soul. Like, she sent everybody scriptures in the morning, and when she passed away, she had just got something removed from her armpit, took her medicine, and didn't wake up. And when she died, that's when I prayed to God that he let me know.
Man, I was baptized at 5 years old. I was baptized at 5, I believe. But there's a spiritual component of life, and there's a practical component of life. This part I'm talking about has nothing to do with the spiritual component. There's some practical things going on mentally, because you've had a tremendous amount of death and loss that is hard to process. And especially without a familial support system. Your faith is fine, but we are on this planet and we are fallen. So the best thing to do would be able to go sit down and talk to somebody to help you process all of this so you can live a fulfilled life.
And it's like, you know how you say, like, women, like, even I was watching the other lady, and, like, they have that. Like, they have a man who wants to take care of the household, then they just be, like, on their high horse, or they have a different mentality, the generational curse. I believe the way everybody's beliefs are, like, it's the opposite of what it's supposed to be. So I've dated like 2 older guys, and I just got out a relationship with an older guy. He was about to be 40, and it's, like, amazing. Like, their mindset is just, like, crazy, like, he was very manipulative and like, emotionally and verbally abusive, and it's like, I know how to, because I've been so independent, like, I know I'm like, I got the disease to please, so it's like, I know how to cater to my partner, and do what I need to do on my end, but I've never had anybody like willy-nilly like take care of me, but I would be open to it. It's like, I think you said the percentage is like 80% of the like successful men or the men, and that they're singles. Like, are these men, are they gonna stay single? Are they even looking to wife somebody, And it's like,
yeah, most of them do. You've been told that men don't want to get married. That's not true. But let me back up.
Okay.
In your state where you're broken, you're going to attract. It's easier to attract predators. That's why I'm saying you need therapy, because whatever your desire to please, that may be there, but you're going to have an unhealthy expression of it because you attract predators.
See, Kevin brought up a great point. That especially when you are mentally broken, you're going to be so vulnerable, or you're going to be seeking for somebody to help you when you're not, on all reality, you're not really helping yourself. So that can lead to an endless cycle of bad relationships.
For sure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's just
because there's people out there who like, they are, as he said, like, she's like, they're manipulative.
Exactly.
Yeah. They can see that you're, down. So you feel me? They use your weakness like against you.
Exactly.
But if you like mentally strong, then
it's so hard to be mentally strong when you're in that situation.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Lost a friend, family, husband, 2 kids.
For sure.
Just a very hard situation to be in. Damn.
In a short period of time that we've been together, you've said a lot of things that, given to the wrong person with bad intent, they could use it against you to get closer.
That's what I said. Yeah.
That's not me. But what I'm saying is, there's a way
you gotta be wary of that.
Open to tell people who you are without becoming vulnerable to them. And the way you don't become vulnerable to them is understand yourself. There's no reason to stop the tears and wiping them back and everything. You're supposed to cry. We tell people that you can't cry, you got to stay strong, and that's bullshit. But there's a way that you need to do it for you to where you understand that I've been through a lot.
Yeah.
Life has been hard. It's had its challenges. Some of it's unfair. But if you believe, there's stories throughout the Bible to reaffirm your faith, but you still have to go down your path. Your path is your path. And I know a lot of times believers don't want to go into we want to just pray and go into the closet, and it's not for us to wrestle with God. It's for us to submit to the things that we have out here already. So even if you can't afford it, there are people who will sit back and give you most consultations with life coaches, but I actually would recommend an actual psychiatrist, somebody who can diagnose depression, bipolar disorder. People, difference is somebody who can actually prescribe medication, even short term, like Prozac, Zoloft, antidepressants, because these things can tend to help even 30, 60, 90 days just to get you kind of level to where you can kind of see clear for the first time. Don't close off any doors because that you don't know or the stigma of it. And the purpose is to just understand who you are, where you are. It's not to stay involved with a therapist or a counselor for 20 or 30 years. It's just to get you on the path to where you can actually go forward into life and not be so heavy or so burdened all the time. That make sense?
No, it makes sense.
And they offer, and often you just get online and just search psychiatrists or life coaches or psychiatrists or things like that in your zip code. Just go online and you should see a lot of different ones come up.
Well, yeah, that's pretty much the video, though. That's pretty much it. So, yeah. It's not even just a female. Like, some guys might just say it's a female thing, but it's just an everybody thing. Everybody needs to like get rid of their anything that's mentally holding them down in any way, shape, or form.
Definitely.
You know, just let go of it so you can have that clear mindset to achieve something better, or you can, you know, be willing to let people come into your life.
Yeah, because you got to take active steps towards that. The first thing is like just really like identifying.
And it's harder than you think.
No, I mean, but the thing is, the answers are within you already. You just need to listen, because the thing is,
but it's the insecurities that hold it back.
Huh? But like, think about it. Like, you're constantly thinking them and you're feeling them, but you always have the two options. You can ignore that feeling, or you can follow that feeling towards the path of what is this trying to tell me about myself. You know what I'm saying? Because like, even though we might not know the answers, the answers are within us, bro.
Well, I do have to say you're definitely right. The answer is always within us, but it takes another level of courage to actually challenge that and take a step to make it better. That's why people seek psychologists or therapists to help you go along that path.
Yeah, their job is to help you understand your feelings and your thoughts and
see clearly.
Yeah,
and you know, it's just a hard thing to do. It is
though. Yeah,
but I think she'll be on her way after talking to Kevin. For sure. She'll be alright.
Because he's something like he'll be real with you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we call him the Godfather. We call him the Godfather.
He'll be real with you.
In the Red Pill community, we call him the Godfather.
No, I'm not gonna go all the way as that.
Well, regardless, I'm gonna call him the Godfather.
Please, like, but that was a really